Goed, dan.
Perfect. Voor de kerel.
Dva! 1+2! Malinko míň, bude potřebovat.
Směr dobrý, tady. Pojedílku. Vypadá malej, až do konce. Co nejdál, ať se za ní dá schovat. Co nejdál.
Podle mě jenom nebyl potvrzený moc.
Ale jako podle stopek měl být trochu dál. Vypadá, že to není tak super rychlý.
Jo. Jetzt 2 von 3!
Oh!
Da ist Tina. Oder?
Wenn der Gast
Da ist Tina. Ohne 8.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Když uděláme ten roll, tak je to taky dobrá varianta. 9.
Fajn!
Fajn, čekej. Čekej. Mára. Mára.
Počkej.
Jsem dal moc sledu. Moc sledu, hezky to bylo tady.
Stanne hout!
Jo. Da!
Wow! Chris? Sorry.
People. Hot. Desítka. Fajn.
Čekej, čistím, čekej. Máro, Lukáš. Fajn. Hodil to dobře, ten kraj je celkem rovnej.
So ist schon gut. Die 8 Fuß. Gleich schnell wie vor dir, 10.
Ja. Ja. Da!
Tiep!
Ja.
Tiep!
Das.
Oh. Gut, Rico. Okay.
10.
Fajn.
Čekej. Lukáš. Hodně Lukáš. Ok. Tenhle trochu cvaknul. Ta desítka.
Dani.
Oba byli čistá desítka.
Jo.
Ta desítka se dala trochu.
Jo, ale jezdí to rovně obecně.
Jezdí to prostě rovně. Jo.
Oh. back, Chris. Noon.
That's it.
Oh, ist okay.
Čistíčky. Lukáš. 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 Taky. Jo. Je to tak. A je to takový to, že já to pak dostanu vynadáno. Ale prostě Martin se dvakrát faknul trochu ven. A Marek se prostě odrazí ven. Já si to oni to ví, Mára se jako snažil dát po ruku. Ale prostě jel o půl kamenem ven.
Chris. Chris.
No.
Já jsem spoko s horem.
U mě dobrý, je to vaše. No, celkem točím, ale to je jedno asi. Okay.
Mrzání od Resnýny.
4-6 je tenhle.
To je něco na rohu, co?
To je co, jo, co změní.
Široký
Okay, jo,
tělem.
nevím,
Ne,
co
ruka byla dobrá, váha byla dobrá, jenom si prostě tělem byl o půl kamene širší a bohužel ten gáz se nehraje.
Wir spielen es 9. Ich bin nicht so eine Rolle, ob ich bleibe oder nicht. Ja, ja. Wenn ich da. Immer da.
Wow. Zieh! Wow, zieh! Ja! Nog niet! Dat is Piet. Nog niet. Oké.
Ale vypadalo, že šlo
Nün.
trochu víc. Já mám rád intern stay 10.
Hat schon ein bisschen geördelt da.
Míň.
Ja. Schon ein bisschen geördelt da, hä?
Ja, is nog een keer, ja. Goed gespeeld. Nu.
10 stay.
Ui.
Jo.
Okay. Zani.
Is goed? Watch.
Zo.
Ja.
Vorher war 9, oder? Von 10.
Ale já jsem nebyl nijak ostrý. Jako jim tady ten autem
Geht ein bisschen weniger, oder, die Seite? Und man kann sie besser haben, so.
Ne, nejsem out. Oni prostě,
Eine Sekunde längst,
kamene,
das ist das 10, ja.
a oni si dávali takhle od kamene. Vlastně teďka mám mít ledu než měli oni. A i ho metli.
Jo, oni to vážou měkčí.
A já se snažím říct, že jsem na tom internu byl měkčí než na internu. Mám ten široký, ale přesto docela ostrý a Martina prostě smakal.
Wow, super. Wow. Karla. Ist gut, ist gut, ist gut.
Necelá hra na kamene.
Das haben wir noch immer gesagt, das machen wir dann im nächsten. Nochmal vor der 4, oder? Ja.
Fajn. Čistí.
Nečistí.
Ui. Ja, ich glaube schon. Und nachher abgeht, oder? Zum Glück hat er ihn noch drauf gewusst.
Ja, ist knapp, ja. Können wir weiter rausgehen? Ja, ist gut. Können wir
Vor der 4 und dann an Gart.
ja, ja.
Dann spielt vorne Gart, dann
Genau.
schauen, was er macht, ob er uns anfreisst oder nicht.
Ja.
Es wäre gut, wenn er uns anfreisst, dann können wir durchs Mitte spielen.
Ja.
Rychlost si v pohodě. Myslím si, že to vlastně jako není nějaký extra rozdílný ze strany zatím podle tušení. Jo. Rozdíl, který tam vidím já, je spíš intern-outer a to, jak je to hozený, než by se chovalo nějak jinak.
Možná trochu pomalejší než včera večer, ne?
Trochu pomalejší než včera večer, ano. Ale třeba to díl vydrží aspoň.
Nicht so schlecht.
Die Linie ist ein bisschen eng. Vorne 4. Vorne 4. 15-2. Das ist gut. Gut, Alan.
Fajn.
Jenom vej. Jenom vej. Vypadám, že jedu.
Nohy. Nohy plus.
No. Tak, Gar to je. Ale blízko to je taky. 5-5.
5-5.
5-5.
Gut, gut. Ja. Vier.
2. Linie ist gut.
2!
Wie lang? 2. Rico.
2 bis 3.
Ja, Rico, ja. Nog een klein. Nog een klein. Bisschen steht. Gut, Alan.
Gut. Gut gespielt.
Fajn. 3-4.
Buď u něj.
4.
Jo, malinko uší. Mílka.
Jirka, OK.
Martin do kamene, furt je malinko uší. Jo,
Taky víc.
jo.
Spletením
Drž
ťukáme.
Drž směr. Dobrý.
No, nemyslím si.
OK.
Ja.
Hezky hozený.
Vorne 2.
Nezavřel to nijak dramaticky, ale byl takový opatrnější.
Jo.
Proto jsem celou dobu volal, že
Rád.
směr potřebuji, aby u něj byl Martin. Hodil se podle mě jako já nějaký to cvičný LSD, který Marek říkal, že bylo prostě měkký. Pět jedna je tady ten kámen.
Vorne noch! Vorne 12!
Wo?
Vorne 12!
Wo? Achtung,
Vorne
Allen!
noch!
Allen! Allen! Wo? Allen!
Flurgang, Ziellein!
Wo?
Zieh!
Allen! Ja!
Zieh!
Feststellen!
Noch nicht, noch nicht, noch nicht.
Wow, 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 wow. Sehr gut.
Gut, Chris. Gut gespielt. Vorne 4, ja.
Naja.
12.
Was hast du gehabt? 3-0. Oh. Ging, oder? Ging.
Fein! Jo! Jo! Oh, oh, oh! Lukas! Lukas! Oké. Já jsem si myslel, že bude víc, trochu jsem tě ho přemet.
Nachdana!
Výsledek není zlej.
Jak on snad, já jsem ho přemet.
Ich finde den zwar noch gut, aber...
Ah, ich finde, okay.
Änder weniger, gell?
Ah, ich nehme für den, ich nehme.
Ich weiß nicht, ob der viel bringt da.
Ich bin durch die beiden Minuten.
Lieber nicht, gell? Hä? So. 10. 10. Ja. Ja, du kannst hier bis da hier reinwickeln. Und das ist auch nicht schlimm da. Nein, nur 10.
Innerhalb!
Wow,
Innerhalb!
wow, wow! Wow! Allen! Ja! Gut. Gut.
Sehr schön. Sehr schön gespielt. Gut.
Jo! Jo! Wow, wow, Lukáš! Lukáš! Víš s ním pryč, Máro.
Zwei.
Okay. 2, also 3.
Bis vier
Nein.
Seiten. Zwei.
Ja. 4-3. Ja. 4-3.
Warte, 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 warte. Nicht. Wie noch? Sehr noch. Oh, zieh! Oh, es längt nicht, es längt nicht, es längt nicht, es längt nicht, es längt nicht. Ich will nicht den Zwippel auflegen, weißt
Was meinst
Easy!
du? Hure lang klopfen. Ja. Så. Så.
Tip! Oh! Oh, 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 oh! Körle, ja, körle, körle, körle! Sit. Ja, gut Spiel, Chris. Ja, nicht gestoppt. Das ist schon... Ich habe ihn nicht verwutscht, aber es war auch schon ein bisschen schnell gewesen. Sorry.
Jo! Oh. Jo! Jo! Pojď s ním. Okay. 1-8.
Elfi.
Ja, ist gut.
Gut, so.
Ist gut, ja.
Hezky hozený. Bylo to 1-8. Jak volili, že to je menší, tak jsem se bál a veď jsem ho hodně.
Nur
Ale
Elfi.
vlastně se dal držet.
Möglichst weit rüberwicken.
Ten první už byl trochu zložený, ale vlastně jsem ho předmet.
Jo, meteš mi hodně kamenů z ruky.
Je to o dost měkčí než včera. Což neříkám, že je špatně, jenom je to prostě měkčí. A já se toho bojím, asi není důvod, protože je to rovný.
Oh.
Ja.
Oh, zie.
Ale jako
Ja.
tam si hrál 2 outy,
Zie.
smetal z ruky,
Nog
vlastně
niet.
spíš než jako metr.
Ja. Heb je hem, zie.
Když právě říkal, že jestli něco tak můžu být měkčí. Prostě jenom blankujeme, ne?
Prostě jenom blankujeme. Asi 10 můžeme zase. Když bude malý roh tam, tak je to OK. Když bude komora, tak je to taky OK. Méně na 10. 10 a míň.
Ja.
Jsem zmatený z toho, jak mi to leduje.
Ja, und vor allem haben wir ihn gerade verpasst.
Jsem zmatený z toho, jak mi to
Aber
leduje.
gewusst hat, er schon gehört.
Na píl tady mi dá víc, než on měl na desítku. Teďka na desítku mi dá mnohem víc, než on měl na 11. Komora nebo roh, oboje je OK. 10.
Jop! Malý roh ke Klípovi. Snad. Okay.
Ich würde auch nass, oder?
Ja, nass ist gut.
Dass er nur Fussen kann clearen.
Ja.
Okay.
10. Das war nicht langsam, nicht wirklich, oder?
Nein, schön. Ja, schön wollen.
Ja.
Ja, ist schön.
Und 10,5, ne?
Ja, ist gut, ja.
Was
Ja, ich
geht
meine,
jetzt
ja.
nicht?
Ha?
Wenn er nass
Das
drauf
sind
kommt, Pfister, oder?
Wenn er nass
Wenn er
drauf.
hinten nass drauf kommt, Pfister.
Ja, ich weiß. Ja.
Okay.
Ja, ist gut.
Ich will jetzt 10, Chris.
Gut.
10. Ja, nein, nass ist eigentlich gut. Rausweg bringt nichts, oder? Rausdrücken. Ja, aber eben so weit raus. Ja.
Hrozný Holanděni mačkej Mouata. Celý zápas zatím.
Zie.
Brunner budu zahazoval do trojky.
Ja.
A teďka celý zápas drží Holanděni.
Rico, zie. Nog niet. Gut, Rückrust.
Zase out.
Zase out.
Das war ein bisschen eng. Get a little angsty, Chris.
Zase no. Yup. Fine.
Ja, jetzt müssen wir gar machen, oder? Das ist, 3. Ja,
Tenhle nebyl jako lepší, oni zahráli dobrý ten Cornergardu s tím doublem a rolem na blbé místo pro nás. Jinak to nebylo zlý. No, to zkusíme rozehrát. Oni hrajou zatím hodně opatrně. Což nám nevadí s tím, že máme výhodu. Jo. Rychlost tím je, že zatím měřím furt to samý. Je to takový jako prostě 14-6. Trochu pomalejší, ale furt docela dobrý.
Mám z toho stejnou impresi.
I don't know how to score a blank.
You put blank to someone
Okay.
and then confirm it.
Easy.
Good morning, curling fans. It's Saturday morning at the Baden Masters. This is the final round-robin game for the two groups out on the ice. We've had one round already at 8 o'clock. I was recharging the chat batteries after a very chatty day yesterday. But we are back. We are looking at groups A and B on the ice. Our featured game this morning is the clash between Lukáš Klima's team of Czechia and Mark Pfister's team representing Philippines. We had the Philippines team here for the first time last year, and we're delighted that they're back again. So we've just started the third end. Let's say hello to the teams. Fourth and skip for the Czech team is the familiar figure of Lukáš Klima. Third thrower, Marek Černovský. Second is Martin Jurek, and lead thrower for Czech is Lukáš Klípa. Don't get the Lukases confused. And their opposition today is the team from Philippines. Fourth and skip is Mark Pfister. Third, Christian Haller. Second, Enrico Pfister, and lead is Alan Fry. So both teams still looking for their first win in this competition. Both teams will close their competition for this year at the round robin stage, but of course always good to finish with a win. And both these teams have a busy schedule for the rest of the season. The Czech team are already qualified for Olympics next year. It will be Klima's team representing. And the Philippines team, they've really been putting in the work. They won the first medal ever for Philippines in February at the Asian Winter Games, beating Korea, who are no slouches, I must say. So really wonderful news for this new team. And their Olympic dream, it's a longer path for them. They will start at the pre-event in Aberdeen. I think it's the top 5 teams that qualify from the pre-event in Aberdeen. They will go to the Olympic qualifying event in Kelowna in Canada in December. And the final 2 places at the men's Olympics next year in Italy will be decided in Kelowna. That is about the most intense curling competition in existence, the Olympic qualifying. Huge pressure on all the teams. So yeah, both teams still looking for a first win here in Baden. It is really tough out there. We saw yesterday, we had 5 rounds yesterday, some real quality stuff out there, and you do not get a chance to settle into this game if you make a mistake in the first end. I wouldn't say that can be decisive, but it can really put you on the back foot. That's how hard it is. But everything has a price, and we are missing or having some people coming back from injuries, which I think potentially are being caused by throwing an awful lot of stones. But we can return to that discussion later. We have 3 more games out there this morning. On sheet 1, that's a really intriguing one. And remember, viewers, you can watch sheet 1 for yourself now. We have cameras on all sheets finally. And on sheet 1, it's a bit of a winner takes all. We have Team Zhu of China on 2 wins out of 3. We have Team Ramsfjell featuring Steffen Ballstadt on 2 wins out of 3. So whoever wins that game will be on 3 wins out of 4 and guaranteed, well, I think guaranteed a place in the quarterfinals. I've never seen a team with 3 wins not play in the quarterfinals. But mathematically it's possible. But yeah, pretty much whoever wins that game, it is Ramsfjell who has the superior draw shot. So if they end up on 2 wins, they are in a decent position to still qualify. On sheet 3, we have Waddell Gosgens. They are playing Bruce Mouat's team. Mouat's team on 3 out of 3. Gosgens' team on 1 out of 3 so far. So if the Dutch boys want to qualify, they need to just beat the world champions and best team in the world and rely on their draw shot, which is decent, let's say. And finally on sheet 4, another intriguing one. That's been a real interesting group to watch. And over on sheet 4, it is Whyte's team of Scotland, also already qualified. They're on 3 out of 3. And Retornaz's team up against them, they're on 2 out of 3. So Joel's team in slightly unusual position. They're often qualified already, but they need to get past Whyte's team to be sitting on 3 wins. But the good news for them is that they are 2nd overall out of 20 teams in the draw shot challenge. So if they somehow ended up with 2 wins, they are in still a very good position to qualify later today. So still all kinds of possibilities out there. And we shall be keeping an eye on all of those. Good news for Norway fans and, well, just curling fans in general. Martin Sessaker was missing from our featured game yesterday. The poor old Norwegians were up against the world champions with just 3 of them. So Martin had eaten something that disagreed with him, and that rendered him out for yesterday evening's game, but he relaxed, recovered, and very happy to see him back on the ice this morning. It was 2 blank ends, so we haven't missed much in our featured game already. In this competition, doesn't matter how many ends you blank, it's simply a win or a loss. It's the same if you win by 1 point in the final end as if you win by 5 or 6 points and come off early. You simply get 1 point for a win, no points for a loss. We have a final round after this at 3 o'clock European time, and Group C and D will finish off their round robin, at which point the teams will be ranked 1 to 20 and the top 8 will qualify for quarterfinals. So it's not necessarily the top 2 per group. It often is, but it's not necessarily. It's the teams ranked 1 to 20 and top 8 will qualify. Now, we already have well, certainly 2 guaranteed qualifiers, that is Hoesli and Schwaller. They are sitting on 4 out of 4. Their round robin is already complete, and they are enjoying a nice cosy day in the sunshine and preparing for quarter-final this evening. They will not find out until a bit later who they play. Again, we need the ranking for that. 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, etc., etc. Eve Stocker's team, they have also already completed their round robin. They are on 3 out of 4.
Okay.
And surely will feature again this evening. The only problem could be is if Joe Retornaz beats Ross Whyte out there on sheet 4, and then all 3 of those teams, Ross Whyte, Joe Retornaz and Eve Stocker, will all be on 3 wins, and that could really make a difference to the rankings. But I've never seen it that a team with 3 wins doesn't qualify, so yeah, Stocker's team also having a nice cosy afternoon in the sun. As I said, Ross Whyte and Bruce Mouat also on 3 wins already, and surely already qualified. But they'll be happy to keep winning and keep pushing themselves up the table. Bruce Mouat, the defending champions from last year. They were the only team unbeaten last year. They went 4 out of 4 in the round robin, and from there won the competition. So they will be keen to do that again. And of course they won the competition here and then kind of didn't stop. They won more or less everything they showed up to last season. And as a result, they are the best team in the world by quite some 100 points. So chat is open for the rest of the day. We have superfan Michaela. She says Laban Filipinas. I guess that means like go Philippines or so. And then we have, that looks like another Philippines fan in the chat. Go Filipinas with the flag. We've had a few Philippines fans in the club this weekend. And you can also come to the club. It's free to come watch here. 7 of these teams will be at the Olympics next year. So the nations already qualified for Olympics is Italy, who qualify as hosts, but just to reiterate, they do also qualify as one of the best teams in the world anyway. Great Britain will be represented by Bruce Mouat's team from Scotland. Canada, Sweden, Switzerland, Germany and Czechia are already confirmed. And as we said, the final 2 places will be decided in Kelowna in Canada in December. Very intense for those final 2 places. But yeah, 7 of those countries here. The only country not represented here in Baden this year is Canada. But all the other Olympic teams already here. So a good opportunity to come watch the Olympic teams. You can come meet them, they're all very nice. And then you can show off to your friends come Olympics next year, when inevitably curling is all anyone will be talking about as usual. Now our third end here in our featured game. We are watching Team Klima from Czechia. We will see them at Olympics. Team Pfister of Philippines. They have to go through the qualifying if they want to play. I don't think this looks like a blank end. And it is the Czechs throwing red stones who have last stone here in this third end. So Lukas Klima with a chance to set up a score of 2. We shall be talking to the Philippines team after this game later on today, just talking about how they're getting on this season, their preparations for that big, long Olympic qualification path. If you have questions for the Philippines or any of the teams, or if you want to show support, if you'd like a shout out, we're friendly, you can let us know. You can let us know on YouTube, or you can look at the Instagram channel for the competition. That's a fine shot from Klima. Look at that. Millimetre perfect. Really good stuff from him. But we've been putting some just fun little reels on the Instagram. Instagram is at BADEN Masters, all one word, all lowercase, BADEN Masters. And I think there will be a reel from Team Italy going up. We had a fun little quiz question for them. If you want to know how much the ginormous Italian boys can bench press, you will find out when you look at the Instagram accounts. And we have some other questions to ask the teams later on today. So results will be on the event website, www.badenmasters.ch. That's BADEN Masters, all one word. And look for some just little fun snippets on the Instagram channel, BADEN Masters. No blank end by the look of it here in the third in our featured game. It's the final throw for skip of the Philippines team, Mark Pfister. We saw how precise the previous throw of Klima was. And you can see what needs to happen here. This yellow needs to weld itself onto the red, just thrown by Klima. The Philippine sweepers really putting their backs into that, and they've made a big difference there. They're not quite welded, but that's found a good spot. That's what Lukas Klima is looking at. Yeah, not so easy to remove that yellow without it just squirting straight back onto his own red. But he certainly needs to move it. And if he can make the double takeout and stick, then it would still be a score of 2. Final throw of the third end. Full beans from Lukas Klima. Aiming to remove the yellow. I think he will sacrifice his own red. But yeah, he's got that really nicely. He does sacrifice his own red, but his shooter lands in points in second position, in second point position. So good throw from Lukas Klima. That was not as easy as he made it look, and they'll be delighted. That is a big score of 2 with using their last stone advantage. So in our featured game then, both of these teams looking for their first win. Both of them, their competition will conclude after this game at the round robin stage. Neither of these teams will qualify this time, but certainly good to finish with a win. So this is how it looks just now. Ross Whyte's on the ice just now against Joel Retornaz. So yeah, Ross is already on 3 wins. Joel just on 2. Yves Stocker is already finished. They've played 4 and they're on 3 out of 4, and they will surely be in a good position, if not already qualified. And our featured game is Mark Pfister's team from Philippines against Lukas Klima's team from Czechia. Both of those looking to finish the competition with a win. The other group out on the ice is Group A. Bruce Mouat, they are on 3 out of 3. They are playing on sheet 3 against Gosgens of Netherlands. So Netherlands, they can still qualify, but they need to win this game against the world champions. But they're doing a good job. They are 2-1 ahead in their third end. And on sheet 1 is a really interesting matchup. That's position 2 and 3 on the group there. That's Team Zhu from China against Team Ramsfjell from Norway. As you can see, both of them on 2 wins out of 3. Whoever wins this game will pretty much book themselves a place in quarterfinals. And as you can see, the Chinese have a very excellent draw shot average, which will stand them in good stead if they don't win here. And we say a big thank you to Felix Luethold's team. Their competition concluded. They finished their 4 games already. Didn't pick up a win this time, but there was a lot of good play, some really brave play against these top teams. And it takes good courage, I think, to put yourself out there against all these top teams, the world champions, the European champions, the Olympic champions. In Iceland, we call that team the strongest team, because it takes great strength to hold up everyone else. This is the Group D. We will see these teams once more today in the final round. Team Hoesli, I think they played already this morning, and I think they are on 4. I think they've played 4, won 4. Muskatewitz, as you see, they had a bye this morning, and they are on 2 wins, so they need to win their final game this afternoon to make sure. Brunner, he won his game this morning as well, but will also be looking to win their final game this afternoon. And that's will be another winner takes all. It is the European champions. Muskatewitz will take on Brunner. And the young Italian team, the current world junior men's champions, Stefano Spiller's Italian team, they will be taking on Team Buraas of Norway. That will be our featured game at 3 o'clock. But both of them, their competition will also conclude at the round robin stage, but both of them will also be very interested in finishing with a win. And finally, we have Group C. Schwaller, they won their game this morning, so they are 4 for 4. They are just enjoying the afternoon and waiting for quarterfinals this evening. Kyle Waddell's team, they were off this morning, and they need to win against Team Iseli this afternoon to make sure of their qualification. Jan Iseli's team, they're on 1 win so far, and their draw shot challenge is not so good as other teams, but they would also be looking for a win to finish their competition. That's an unusual name in 4th place. That's Niklas Edin's team. They are on 1 win out of 3, rather unusually. They can still qualify, and I've seen them do it, guys. I've seen them qualify in this competition with 2 wins and a very good draw shot challenge. So I wouldn't be surprised. They will take on Team Carson of Scotland this afternoon. And as you can see, 5th place there, Team Carson, their first time here in Baden. They are the World Junior Men's bronze medalists, and again, it takes really good courage to put yourself out there against these world and Olympic and European champions. So Team Carson not picking up a win yet, but we really appreciate them supporting this competition. And we hope we'll see them back in the future. So still places up for grabs. We have 2 teams on 4 out of 4. That's the 2 Swiss, Marco Hoesli and Yannick Schwaller. Yves Stockers on 3 out of 4. Ross Whyte and Bruce Mouat on 3 out of 3. So still places up for grabs for this evening. That is at 8:30 European. And do come and join us for that. The quarter-final session. 4 super games all going on at once. I love the quarterfinals. So all kinds of redirection on that shot in our featured game. It is Philippines who have last stone advantage for the first time in this game. And they've got a bit of cover out front. They have a yellow in front of house ahead of T-line. But maybe not for long. Straightforward removal for the Czechs there. But Mark Pfister still has that corner guard out front and still has a few stones left to try to bring that into play. So Mark's brother Enrico in the hack. The two of them, they've played at the highest level for Switzerland, so they're born here. And I think it's their mum that is from Philippines, so they're Swiss and Filipino. And yeah, they have the opportunity to play at the highest level for Philippines, and good for them, making big progress. Winning that gold medal at the Asian Winter Games in February. Plenty of good talent in that Philippines team. That draw there then next to Lukas Klima's brush, going so close to the guard it's actually curled its way back out the other side. That's how curly the ice is. Jamie, the ice master, this will be his final competition here in Baden. We have a new ice master freezer, imported from Scotland. So yeah, we get the best. So Fraser and Jamie have been working together all weekend. And we've seen the ice has been running ever so nicely. The hog-to-hog time for T-line, about 15 seconds on average. And that's a fine shot from the Czechs there. Getting to that yellow and getting just a little roll in behind cover. I wonder if you couldn't just outdraw that, Red, you know. It's in the front 12, there's plenty of space behind it. But Mark thinks he can catch an edge of it and roll.
Vorne. De slash. Niet goed.
Bij me om, al. Also.
Als er wordt zien.
Yeah, I think this is a better idea, honestly. That was fairly high risk trying to do anything with the Czech shot, and it is Philippines with hammer, last stone advantage for the first time in the game. And as I always say, rarely a bad idea to remove a centre guard if it's your last stone. So Christian Haller, also Swiss and Filipino. And doesn't that look nicer immediately? A centre guard very rarely helps if you have last stone. So third thrower for Czechia, that is Marek Czernovsky. This team been together, I think this is certainly their second, if not their third Olympic cycle. I think they've been, sorry, I think they've had one lineup change maybe, but a very solid lineup. And this is just putting pressure on Philippines. The Czechs are 2-0 ahead in this fourth end. So they won't expect to score with either of those red stones, but they're just frustrating Philippines. That means that Philippines don't have as much space to put some stones in cover and behind corner guards. There on the left of your screen, there's Martin Sesaker with the cap on. We didn't see him yesterday evening. He ate something that disagreed with him and had to take the evening off to recover, so we're very happy to see him fit in well this morning. Yeah, I liked this shot. Just tried to swing one behind that red. We haven't quite got that, but that yellow has found a good spot. It's reasonably safe, snuggled in next to the red there. But, oh gosh, all three of those look pretty similar to me. We may yet see a measure on this end. But as we said, the Czechs, they don't really need to score points here. They don't need to take risks. They're +2. And they're simply trying to frustrate Philippines. They're trying to make sure Philippines does not have chances to build stones to score a 2 straight back. Everyone else also on their 4th end. Over on sheet 1, it's the winner takes all. Both Team China, skipped by Xiaoming Zhu, and Team Ramsfjell of Norway, skipped by Stefan Wallstadt. Both of them on 2 wins out of 3. So whoever wins this game will be in prime position to qualify for quarterfinals this evening. And as we would think, that's a very tight affair. Just singles being swapped at the moment, and it is 2-1 to China. They're in their 4th end. On the other side of us, it is Team Netherlands from the ever courageous Gosgens, and they're playing world champions, defending champions, champions of everything, Bruce Mouat's team, and they're ahead, gang. Vater needs to win this game. They're on 1 win out of 3, so they need to get to 2 wins at least and then rely on their draw shot challenge, but they are winning 3-1 against Bruce Mouat. Mouat already on 3 wins and surely already qualified for this evening. Over on sheet 4, the Italians need to beat Whyte, and we've seen that that takes a bit of doing, but they are. It is 4-0 to the Italians after 3 ends, and they're lying a hatful again in the 4th end. Whyte on 3 wins out of 3 and surely already qualified. The Italians only on 2 wins. They had the early loss to Stoker. So the Italians have to win this game, although their draw shot challenge is 2nd overall in the competition. But yeah, by far the easiest way of qualifying for quarterfinals is to just win this game, and goodness me, they are giving it everything. So yeah, if you have 4 screens available, maybe your laptop, your tablet, your phone, and maybe borrow the tablet of your children or something, all 4 games intriguing out there. There's a lot at stake for all 4. Superfan Michaela's happy to see Philippines in a featured game. We do try to say hello to all of our guests. Make sure we watch at least one of the games of all of our travelling teams, although I was just checking and we haven't yet watched a game of my beloved Italian team, Joe Retornaz. So yes, they just jolly well have to qualify for this evening because we've not had a chance to watch them yet. And so far they have really understood the assignment. They are 4-0 ahead of Whyte in the 4th end, and they're currently lying 2 in the centre behind a nice centre guard. We spoke to Whyte's team yesterday. We were asking them what's their useless superpower, and you can find out on the Instagram channel. So go on Instagram and search for BADEN Masters, all one word, all lowercase, BADEN Masters, and you will see the result of that. Some highlights from yesterday. We had 5 draws yesterday. 4 draws today. 3 round robins to conclude that part of the competition, and quarterfinals this evening. Whoop whoop. I can tell you the structure of the quarterfinals. So at the conclusion of round robin, all the teams are ranked 1 to 20. That is ranked on games won, and then on draw shot challenge. So yeah, we have already 2 teams on 4 out of 4. That's Marco Hoesli and Yannick Schwaller. They'll be top of the pile, and they will be ranked by draw shot challenge. And I can tell you that Schwaller's draw shot challenge, I'm not sure I'm completely up to date actually. No, looks up to date. Looks like Schwaller's draw shot challenge is superior, so Schwaller will currently be top of the pile. Hoesli in place 2. Stocker's draw shot challenge, not really very good, but yeah, they'll be in the pile of 3 wins. And team in position 1 in the table will play 8 in the table, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. But it can be quite difficult to predict who is in those positions until really the final stone has been thrown in the round robin. But that's the structure, and of course we will select the most exciting looking quarter-final this evening to watch together. So the game started off a bit earlier. Everybody was ready, the ice was ready, and everybody's fourth end is just covered in stones and is kind of ground to a halt out there. But in our featured game, that was a lost opportunity for Philippines there, but well played by the Czechs. That was exactly their objective, was to frustrate Philippines in that fourth end, make sure Philippines were not able to use their last stone advantage. That ended up being a blank. So same drill for Czech. They want to frustrate Philippines, make sure Philippines don't have chances to build an end. And gosh, Joe Retornaz's team, they are bossing Ross Whyte out there. That's a sentence I never really thought I would say. They just can't stop lying a hat full of stones.
It's 3.
And Netherlands team on sheet 3. A whole heap of stones in play on their fourth end against Bruce Mouat. But the Netherlands have always played like that. They've always played really aggressive stuff, loads of stones in play. They're not afraid to just draw the 4 foot, get themselves out of trouble. And that is a fine throw from their skip Wouter Gosgens. Just trying to cancel a Scottish stone. It is Netherlands who are 3-1 ahead of champions of everything, Bruce Mouat. And Netherlands need to win this game. Then they will be on 2 wins, 2 losses, and they will be relying on their draw shot challenge, which is decent. They are 8th overall at the moment, but a few of the teams ahead of them will qualify with 4 or 3 wins already. So a classic start in our featured game. We have Czechs playing towards the centre. The Philippines wanting to do the reverse. We have a nice corner guard there from lead thrower Alan Fry. Alan also based in Switzerland
Oh.
and also Filipino. That's him just sliding into view. So he's starting to get everything moving.
I go.
I think that yellow, has that just rolled into the rings there? Yes, it has.
What's up?
The set.
Yep.
We have the 5 rock rule, so if that yellow had not quite spun itself into the rings, it would still be protected for 1 more stone by free guard zone, but it's just spun itself in, and that means it's fair game for the Czechs to remove it.
Yep. Pojď to káži celou. Celou dobu. Hezky zamezený.
Jawohl.
That's hit and rolled out though for the Czechs, and now Enrico Pfister being asked to bring that corner guard into play, just draw a yellow right in behind cover, ask the question of the Czechs. So this is more like it, setting up the end
T-line!
when they have last stone advantage.
Block nog, Chris. Head block.
Daar zit ze dan.
Alan. Alan.
Zie. Ja. Hinderlijk.
This is looking nice from Enrico.
Eine. Ja, piece
The ice has been super curly all weekend. We like that. So that has slipped behind tee, but it is buried in behind that guard.
Goed.
Hek.
Nee, super, ja.
Hack weight being asked from Czech second thrower Martin Jurek. There is quite a bit of space between the guard and the shot, so he can certainly get to it.
Jo. Pokračuj. Točí mi hodně, pokračuj. Potřebujeme ten roll, pokračuj. Jenom Lukáš, pokračuj. Dobrá.
And that's nice from Martin, but as you can see, Mark Pfister immediately indicating same idea. Just take a couple of meters off it, and we want it just ahead of tee, buried in behind that guard. That would be just perfect.
Van de 4! Van de 4! Van de 4!
Kom maar, Engie. Voor de 4.
Van de 4!
Achterop.
This looks good from Enrico. Oh no, I think they've left it too late. That's an oopsie. The curl just caught them out there. We've seen that all weekend. Once the stone starts to curl, it can really take off. So early sweep, and then maybe lift the brushes, let the stone grab the curl towards the end, and the curl just catching them out there. That's a pity. But now they have a double guard, so that's a decent plan B. Ooh, that's a fun question from Michaela in the chat. Let's ask the Philippines team what's their favourite karaoke song. I'm going to do that, you know. We'll be speaking to Team Philippines after this game. Their competition will close here. Neither of these teams will be able to qualify. But that gives us a bit of time to catch up with Team Philippines. That's a decent throw from Czechs. It really blocks that clockwise handle quite effectively. Hard to bring either of the corner guards into play from there, but as you see, Mark Pfister indicating to go round the back of everything. Certainly curly enough, but we're edging closer towards the centre here.
Míleň!
Ale 5-1 prostě mělo dojet dál. Je to tím středem podle mě hlavně.
So a huge throw from China over on sheet 1. But I don't think it quite worked out. I think it just touched a guard on the way, and it looks like Norway has a shot for a bucket full of points over there. Whyte having to pull out his whole bag of tricks here on sheet 4. That does look like a very nice throw from him. It's at least 1 point back on the board. Maybe 2. From my angle, I think it is 2. Nope, they're going to measure. Quite a difference between being 4-1 behind and 4-2 behind. So an important measure there. Definitely 1 point for Whyte's team, maybe 2. And Netherlands still going really well on sheet 3. That was just a single point for Scotland. So it's still the Netherlands that lead Mouat's world champions 3 points to 2, and it is Netherlands with the last stone in their 5th end. Good for them.
Okay. Sicher Backline. Ja, ja. Und selbst wenn wir nicht weit draussen haben, weißt, kommst du dem ein bisschen an aus beim Staben. Okay. Oder direkt hier drauf. Ja, ist gut.
Do takového stromečku s Jimem.
Wie findest du das?
Backline.
Ale jako...
Jo.
Víš, že tam dobře udělá, sapne, tak trojku tam udělat můžou.
On sheet 1, that was a big score of 3 for Norway, and that means in that winner-takes-all game, both of those teams on 2 wins out of 3. Whoever wins over there on sheet 1 will pretty much guarantee themselves a place in the quarterfinals later, and it is Norway, skipped by Stefan Wallstadt. They are 4-2 ahead over Team Zhu of China. On sheet 4, after a measure, it was a score of 2 red, or 2 points to Whyte, so they're immediately in a much better position. At the halfway, it is the Italians, Retornaz, they're leading Whyte 4 points to 2. And in our featured game here, this is better from Philippines, not managing to build points in the 4th end when they had last stone, but doing a much better building of the end here in their 5th end. Klima having to throw big weight at this, try to clear some space. A brave effort from him. Difficult double, and I think he did well to remove one of them actually. There was plenty of scope for that to go wrong. Right, this is good from Philippines. They would love to put 2 on the board with their last stone advantage. This team picking up the very first medal for Philippines at the Asian Winter Games. They won the gold medal against Korea, and Korea are no slouches. So they're delighted with that performance and hoping to build on that. They have a long path to Olympics. Czech team already qualified. The Philippines team, they will be at the pre-event in Aberdeen. I believe it's top 5 teams from the pre-event. They will qualify for Kelowna in December, which is the Olympic qualifying event. And from that very intense 10 days of curling, the final 2 places for the men's and the women's and the mixed doubles, I believe, all of that happening in Kelowna to decide the final 2 places at Olympics in Italy.
Lengi! Plots! Plots! Wow, plots!
To tam je. Teď je jenom otázka, jak je dlouhej. Vypadá.
It's not long, not long.
I touched it, sorry. I don't think anything happened.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, that throw from Mark Pfister, not quite what he wanted. Still just lying 1 yellow after that. The 1 yellow is lying very well protected, but there is space for Klima to try something similar that he just watched Mark Pfister play.
Martine, kolik vidím?
Uvidíme víc, než bychom potřebovali.
No, já chci co nejvíc komoru, že jo? To není víc, než bychom potřebovali.
Já tomu rozumím.
Je
to dostat těsno kolem gardu.
Hodně.
Yeah, you really have 2 shots here, boys. Don't need to take too long to discuss things. You can either go for the centre, either direct or punch your own red back half a metre, or you can swing all the way around the anti-clockwise handle that you were watching Mark Pfister attempt there.
Já se bojím, že z autu se nedostanu na líp. On je prostě přes komoru, kdybych dal narovno za něj, tak tam
I think this feels easier, this shot, playing the clockwise handle.
Pojede to hůř, jako to jelo Márovi před. Já taky si myslím, že to funguje. Okay. Já jsem jako nehrál draw od nějakého prvního endu, takže já jsem naposled na LSD a myslím si, že to je právě ono, no. Já si myslím, že to, co bych na LSD hodil někam na backlineu. No. Teďka to jsou tak 4 stopy, předtím to bylo 6.
Quite some discussion over a fairly simple strategy, at least. Okay. Someone's finally played a stone.
Směr dobrý! Směr dobrý!
Martin, párátko.
That is going to slip on a bit, that red. Ooh. Has it hung on enough? I think it might have. Yeah, Mark Pfister just tapping the red with his brush, indicating I think that's the shot. So he needs to do exactly the same. Just needs to nudge that red 1 centimetre, and then he will surely be sitting 2. So he's just seen Lukas Klima play that line. But it depends a little bit how you throw as well. There's a limit to how much you can learn from someone else's delivery.
Pokračuju s tím, že jsem zatím na turnaji nehodil druhý puls.
For that final throw from Lukas Klima in end 5 of our feature game. Doing just enough to hang on for a shot, so Mark Pfister needing a very precise shot here. Needs to follow the stone of Lukáš Klima and be about 5 centimetres heavier, please. He can't be too much heavier or it won't curl enough. Needs to be really precise with the weight. Christian Haller ahead there, just watching the line, and now both sweepers for Philippines really putting their back into it. Has he got it? Oh, that's unlucky for Mark. He did move the red, so they are scoring the 1. As we said, that had to be a really precise shot. It was just a little bit too high, so it didn't quite catch the curl. Or maybe it was a little bit wider. Didn't quite follow the expected line, so a bit unlucky there. But it just didn't hang around for 2. That was a lot of work to get 1 point there in that end. That's why a slight broom slap of frustration from the Philippine skip, Mark Pfister. But that will be a 1 on the board for them. And at the conclusion of 5 ends in our featured game, we are watching already qualified for Olympics. It is Team Klima of Czech Republic. They are playing, hoping to qualify for Olympics. Team Philippines, skipped by Mark Pfister. And it is the Czechs who are leading 2 points to 1 after 5 ends.
Ja, 2 ist nicht schlimm, gell? Ja.
Linie ist ein bisschen eng. Linie ist sehr eng. Mann drüber. Ja. Hä? Mann drüber. Gut.
We are in the 6th end then. We will play 8 ends, so we're getting towards the business end of this game. And that's why we see the Philippines calling a guard, the aggressive start. We have 3 ends left, including this one. If scores are tied after 8 ends, we will have an extra end. It's simply a win or a loss. Both these teams still looking for their first win this weekend. And that's a fine throw from Lukáš Klima.
Schneller, hè? 2.
Linie ist gut.
3.
Linie ist gut. Linie ist gut, nochmal enge. 2.
So neither team having to take big risks here at the 6th end, but I think both would quite like to consolidate their position. Mark Pfister would love to just either steal a point here or force the issue. Maybe force Czech to take 1 point and then try to score 2 and 1 from there. Both teams will have worked out their objective from end 6 here. Their path to victory in end 8. Both teams will have their objectives for that.
Jetzt 7. Wie viel? 13-7. 13-7 und der ist noch dort. Das wäre aber voll, hä?
Das ist hier besser.
Ja.
Häng drauf.
Ist gut, oder?
Já vlastně jsem docela happy, že nejsem u tady těch diskuzí o rukách. Myslím, že jste poničený nebo
Everyone else still on their 5th end, but we shall catch up with those scores
Oder wenn er dort
once
hinten
they're
ist,
finished.
da ist auch nicht schlimm.
To je to, co říkám já.
Ja. Die waren gut, 4-0. Ja.
Mně přijde, že vlastně jako to řešíte hrozně moc. A Martin i Marek k tomu myslí, protože se technicky trápí pravidelně.
Heb Platz!
Genau. Genau.
Heb
Binnen
Platz!
4! Binnen 4!
Heb Platz!
Binnen
Dit is
4!
goed!
Koupeš nějak do prostoru prostě.
Yep, drop.
So Mark Pfister has set up the centre guards
Yep.
with Alan Fry's first 2 stones.
Best.
And now asking his brother Enrico
Clean up.
to swing one in behind all of that.
Het clean head er daar, hè.
That's a nice effort from Enrico. Is it behind cover though?
Ja.
Jako když si cinknu tady, tak to asi nevadí. Jo, ale primárně bych se snažil zahrát tohle, ať jsme vlastně, když jsme chtěli být.
Can see
Nějakým
most of
slabým
that
rakem
yellow,
bych
I
hrál.
think.
Nějaká takováhle váha. Tady by to mělo docela dobře.
And I think you do have space to squirt that out without touching the red behind it.
Ja.
Tak plus. Můžu čekej.
Pojď ty länge, ja.
Čekej. Přibudu se. Mára. Dej mu co nejvíc. Okay.
Ooh. Had that caught too much, Carl?
Je to 12 rovných.
And that's exactly why stones behind tee are dangerous, because they can cause trouble when you're trying to remove stones in front of tee.
Wenn wir nur auf dem hier.
Ja. Ja.
Wichtig ist, dass gerade Preis ist oder sogar ein bisschen aussen, oder?
That's how the 6th end looks so far.
Ja, gut.
It is the Czechs throwing red. They have last stone.
Ja, woher? Hier. Ja, wenn müsstest du noch fast so tappen. Oder
Their
gerade hier
objective,
drauf. Halt.
as usual, with last stone.
Ja, wir
They're only
müssen
2-1
auch
ahead.
tappen
That's
im
not a
Ball.
big cushion. So they will be
Weil der
interested
Preis
in
bringt nicht viel.
scoring 2.
Möglichst gerade so, hierher. Und wenn der noch
In
hinten
contrast,
ist schon gut. Oder nur so,
Philippines,
ist schon gut.
they will be interested in
Hinter
Czechs
4.
not scoring 2.
Okay. Binnen 4. Das ist 90, ja. Ja.
We have our final round robin at 3 o'clock European. Our featured game at 3 o'clock, it will be Team Buraas of Norway. They will be playing Team Schwaller of Italy.
Save it.
Both of those teams, that will be their final game this year at the competition. Both of them not able to qualify this time. But we like to feature all of our visitors at least once on the live stream.
Okay.
And that's nice work from Enrico.
Okay.
Perfect would be a little roll, but he's fairly happy with that.
Listen.
There's plenty of interest still at 3 o'clock, much like this round. There will be another winner takes all between Muskatewitz, the European champions from Germany. Yeah, that's more of what Enrico was looking for, and that is a really nice throw from the Czechs there. But at 3 o'clock, it will be Muskatewitz and the German European champions. They will be taking on local team Michael Brunner. Both of those teams on 2 wins out of 3. And that will be a winner takes all. Whoever wins that will surely qualify themselves for quarterfinals later. Team Waddell from Scotland, they will also be on at 3 o'clock. They are on 2 wins out of 3, and they will also be looking for a 3rd win to book themselves a place for this evening. And just sneaking in potentially. Nicolas Edin's team not having a happy tournament really this time. They're on 1 win and 2 losses. Their only chance to qualify is to sneak in with 2 wins and 2 losses and a superior draw shot. But they're champions. You never discount them. We have a question for them about sort of post-Olympics, post-curling life. I will see if I can track down Team Sweden and ask them about that. And interesting stuff on sheet 1. That was a good response from China. They were in an awful mess in the 4th end, but they have responded with a strong score of 2 in the 5th end, and that levels the scores again on sheet 1. Team Zhu of China on 2 wins out of 3. Team Ramsfjell of Norway on 2 wins out of 3. After 5 ends, their score is 4 each. Nothing to separate those 2 teams.
Finger 4.
Finger 4. Finger 4. 4 no.
So Pfister struggling a little bit to get a stone in behind cover to put pressure on the Czechs. He did call for 2 centre guards with Alan Fry's 2 first stones, but it's the Czechs who have managed to take advantage of that slightly better at the moment.
Festgordelen, festgordelen, festgordelen. Weiter skate. And it's in the struggle at the end.
Oh dear. And yeah, the Czechs have really found their groove in this end, just really taking advantage with those just dainty little quiet way hit and roll, using those centre guards out front.
Zou dat veel en een gelijk gered de rest, gauw. Dus zoals je naar hier zegt, dan kan er niet even afspelen.
The games on 3 and 4 have pretty much ground to a halt. A lot of stones in play. They're both still in their 5th end. And that's a bit of a let off for Philippines there. They do still now have space, as Pfister indicating. But gosh, this better be good, Mark. The aggressive strategy is high risk, high reward. So we wanted to force the issue, either set up a steal, or at least set up to put pressure on the Czechs to maybe just take 1 point, and then they will have last stone back, but it's not quite worked out for him so far. It is last stone in the 5th end on rinks 3 and 4. Unlucky Mark. He was asking a very precise shot of himself. Has that found a safe-ish spot there, just in the front? It's a little bit protected by that red at the side of it. Maybe he can use that with his final throw. So, after 2 interminable fifth ends on rinks 3 and 4, it was a steal to Scotland on sheet 3. That levels the scores in that game at 3 each. And that was a fine double takeout and stick around for Joe Retornaz, scoring 1 for Italy. And after 5 ends over on sheet 4, they are 5-2 ahead of Ross Whyte from Scotland. Remember, Ross already on 3 wins out of 3. And Shirley already qualified. Joel on 2 wins out of 3. They do have the second best draw shot in the competition. But yeah, looks like there may be 8 teams finishing on 3 wins or 4. There may not be any possibility to qualify on 2 wins this year. So definitely the best way for Italy to qualify is to just go ahead and win this game. Rinks 3 and 4 in their 6th end now.
Abych to mohl zahrát trochu ostřejší, aby to v tom středu pak nehnilo.
Hele, trochu ostřejší znamená, že to půjde hezky.
Jakože váhově nepřidá.
Protože jsme celkem blízko. Wenn er hier 4 Fuß hat, muss ich den Doppelstelle stellen. Sonst finde ich den Tab einfacher. Das geht eigentlich nicht, der Doppel ist recht einfach.
Ja, ich finde ihn nicht so gut.
Wirklich nicht so gleich.
Der Tab ist schon wirklich.
Můžeš,
Ja.
Martine. Dílkem.
Je dobrý.
Ja,
Jo, jo, směr. Směr.
Jo.
Směr.
Lukas Klima then is the Czechs who've been better able to use this aggressive setup. And that's a peach. Really nice throw from him. That is exactly what Philippines didn't want. They did want to force the issue, but in a slightly different way. But it has been the Czechs who have been very consistent, just keeping stones in play in this aggressive 6th end.
Ja gut, wenn wir genau hier drauf kommen, dann wir schon sein, oder?
Takže můžeme se dostat možná šanci, že by bylo super.
Aber ich glaube nicht, dass es gruselig ab.
Das ist so etwa
Ja,
halb.
genau dort, ja.
Vyjde
Halb, oder?
Romský.
Ja, halb.
So eingeben.
Okay. Gut.
Protože na to, abych
Lauf gerade,
abych
oder?
ho
Ja.
použít, jsem si to nenechal.
Golly, Michaela in the chat is full of Filipino-related questions.
Doletí, ale kdyby to zahrál, tak já nemám moc šot.
Are you from Philippines as well, Michaela?
Ja.
Or maybe your mummy is too?
Na ten já právě nevidím.
She asked, would they rather eat balu, just fertilized duck egg, or dinyu guan, pork blood stew? Gosh, both of those sound very exotic.
Genau nach drauf und bleiben stehen.
I will see how much time we can grab with Team Philippines. So, final throw for Mark Pfister in the 6th end. Hats off to him for being brave in the 6th end and calling the aggressive end, but he's got a tricky shot to make things safe here. You can see he wants to jump in off. Oh, he's done it! Lovely shot from Mark Pfister. Phew! He really needed that. That is a great shot from him.
Je to tady vůbec?
And finally, after a whole lot of work, that is exactly how Mark Pfister wanted to have this end. Forcing Czech to take 1 point, but no more than that. But there is still a stone to come from Lukas Klima. And certainly chances. Not an easy way to score 2, but certainly possible.
Tohle asi vidím málo. To vidím Mare tak takhle.
Bych tě nechal hrát cokoliv.
Já, jestli tam něco je hratelného reálně, víš? To je to, co
Myslím, že
řeču.
tam je obojí. Akorát
Já si myslím, že tam není ani jedno. A přemýšlím, kde je větší šance, že z toho udělám jeho jedna.
Okay, sind wir einfach
So Lucas thinking nothing much to do with the stones out front. I think maybe that red just on the left of centre line as we see it. I think maybe there is not a clear path for that red onto yellow, so that really highlights what a fine shot that was from Mark Pfister, and oh boy did he need it. Plenty of talent in that Philippines team. It's just really hard to stay at the top these days. You kind of need to be that good 95% of the time.
Backline už se gelb direkt.
Jenom když ho trefím ze široka a lízne ten horní, tak můžu vycvaknout ten svůj zadní, který je těsně lepší.
To je mega schwer, aber...
Což ale tím dohozem, kdybych zůstal jeho, může se stát...
He's changed his mind. Maybe there is a path for that red out front there, just in the front ring. Not fully sure what the final call is. I think it must be to just bump his own red back. There must be a path red to yellow. Let's see.
Tak to vypadá, když tomu nevěřím.
Wenn das Shot wäre gelegen wäre, das Stollen wäre es noch geil gewesen.
Ale sere mě to.
Ale zufrieden sein, hä?
Nevěřím tomu, ale to hodím hrozně. Dám si úzký let, protože vím, že nesmíme být široký. A ještě to hodím úzký, a ještě to hodím malý. Prostě udělám všechno pro to.
So after a whole lot of work, that high risk taken by Mark Pfister being rewarded. Good for him. With a real spectacular saver with his final throw. And that was a score of 1 to red. And we're set for a tasty couple of final ends here. It's 3-1 to Klima from Czech Republic over Mark Pfister of Philippines. He knows what he's doing, Mark Pfister. So what's their path to winning the game from here? They are 3-1, well 1-3 from their perspective, so they will be very eager to score 2 with last stone advantage in the 7th end, and then probably try to steal 1 in the 8th end. That would level scores if they can score 2 here and take their chance trying to steal. That's surely their best path to the game from here. James in the chat getting bogged down with jibber jabber from sheet 3. Yeah, I fully agree with you. We have taken 97 minutes for not 6 ends out there. Not quite so busy today though as we were yesterday. 5 draws yesterday, that's our real packed schedule. Only 4 today. We do have a little more flexibility. The next draw is at 3 o'clock. But I just don't feel it helps spending a long time discussing. I think you lose your rhythm a bit, you lose your momentum. And I might start keeping score actually, because I think more often than not, if you've had a giant committee meeting about a stone, it doesn't work anyway. Just make a decision and go and play. Italy on sheet 4. They really need to win this game. They have an excellent draw shot challenge, but their easiest path to quarterfinals is definitely to just beat Whyte. Now, no one else has found that particularly possible, but goodness me, they are bossing Whyte's team around out there, Italy. Not letting the Scots settle, not letting them build an end. It's 5-2 to the Italians. They are in their 6th end. Scores level on sheet 3. It's 3 each between Gosgens of Netherlands and the world champions, Mouat of Scotland. Mouat already qualified. The Netherlands mathematically possible, but even if they win this game here, their draw shot is it's in the middle of the pack.
Linie ist super jetzt. Nur noch länger. Wow, ist gut, ist gut. Schön gespielt, Alan. Gut so. Tipptopp.
So lovely setup from both teams in the 7th end. Objectives reversed. It is now Klima of Czech Republic. He wants to force the issue. He doesn't need to score 1. Czech are ahead, 3 points to 1. So the Czechs don't need to steal a point here, but they do want to make sure that Philippines does not have a chance to build points. Still all to play for. We have 5 teams who are already on 3 or 4 wins. There are at least 3 more places in the quarterfinals. And 5 teams, I think, can still get to 3 wins.
Max Boot.
So 5 teams already on 3 or 4 wins. 5 teams can get to 3 wins. No one else can get to 4. So Schwaller and Hoesli, they know that they will be positioned 1st and 2nd. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Mouat's team can get to 4. So can Whyte. Let's start again. There are 5 teams on 3 or 4 wins. There are 5 teams who can get to 3 wins. There we go. But only 8 places available.
Schnell.
Echt, das ist mir schnell. Okay.
Jo! Hodně jo! Je to zajímavý.
Czech team sticking to their strategy. This is a nice setup for them. They don't mind giving Team Philippines 1 point. That would mean overall score would be 3-2, but it would be the Czechs who have last stone going into the 8th end, and from that position you would have to favour the Czechs to finish the game off.
Ja, hack maximum.
Byl 4-6, ten metený celou dobu. Ale on byl trošičku soft, proto
jsem byl
soft nebyl podle mě, možná mohl zavřít.
A tak trošku zavřený.
Vraag om er bij hinger 4 spelen, daar een beetje tap, aber...
Ja, ich weiß.
Was ist das?
Vorne.
Yeah, what do you do here? You threw those corner guards up for a reason. So it feels like a little bit of a waste if you end up just playing towards the centre anyway. You know the Czechs are going to be playing towards the centre. On the other hand, if you try to bring that corner guard into play now, you will be looking at 4 opposition stones on the centre line, which is an awful lot to clean up in the 4 stones that will be left.
Hack!
Oh!
Hack!
Oh! Chris! Fest, Chris, fest. Hij is veel te snel. Hij is weer te snel. Wat er is echt te snel.
Ja.
Getroffen, dat is perfect.
The 7th end really suiting the Czechs at the moment. The more stones out front, the better. That does mean that's stones that Philippines can use. Philippines can also use those guards and hide something in behind them, but that lovely stone sitting almost right in the middle there. At some point, Philippines have to do something about that as well. So the Czech team doing pretty nicely with forcing the issue here in the 7th. And a bit of work to do for Philippines to keep this game open.
So, Chris.
Okay.
Sollte ich gehen, oder? Görlet schon genug?
Ja, ja.
Hinger 4.
Hinter 4.
4.
Yeah, you may have to do it the difficult way now. I think no opportunity to use that corner guard that's been patiently waiting over on the right side of our screen. Oh, that's a nice little message from one of our Asia Pacific region fans. Both flags, the Philippines flag and the Czech flag, not that far away from each other. You can see that on the scoreboard as well. Kind of the inverse of each other. The Philippines has the sunshine on the white part, but nicely symmetric somehow. And goodness me, that is not what Christian Haller wanted to do with that throw. This is just making life a bit easier for the Czechs. Yeah, Lukas Klima being uber conservative and thinking, could they somehow use that yellow, the corner guard over there in front of his brush, could they somehow use that to punch it back at an angle onto the forefoot? I mean, yes, is your quick answer, but of course, let him try. I think, yeah, this is definitely the best idea, is to just pile another red in. The jibber-jabber situation on sheet 3 not getting any better. But the situation for Whyte certainly looking a lot nicer. Whyte certainly now with a very makeable shot for 2, if not 3, and that would really give us a showdown on sheet 4 for the last couple of ends over there. Over on sheet 1 on the other side, it's the winner-takes-all game between Team Zhu of China and Team Ramsfjell of Norway. Both teams on 2 wins out of 3, both teams urgently wanting to get a 3rd win, and it was a very happy score of 2 to the Norwegians. In end 6, they are 6-4 ahead in their 7th end. Life not getting any easier, sadly, for Team Philippines here at our featured game on sheet 2. Both of these teams, they will close their competition here. Neither of them will be able to qualify for quarter-finals. But obviously both teams would love to finish with a win. Philippines setting up this end nicely, but yeah, not quite finding their angles and their weight to make the best of their setup. And like we said, you really have to be at your best 95% of the time at this level. You can barely have a bad stone, never mind a bad end. And we may yet see Mark Pfister have to use that yellow over on the right. drive it into the forefoot from there. But he's got 2 stones to figure it out. That yellow on the right side, the corner guard, that's not going anywhere. So he can use that as a Hail Mary with his final throw. Maybe wants to try to set something up with his first stone. Maybe just, yeah, clear a bit of space, clear clockwise handle. Update from sheet 4. That was a much better end from Scotland. And they've put a big 2 on the board. It was awfully close to being a 3 as well. Joel's final shot doing just enough. But that certainly changed the energy in that game. They are in their 7th end on sheet 4, and it is Ross Whyte 4, Joel Retornaz 5. In our featured game on sheet 2, poor old Philippines. No nice choices for them, really. This end has not gone nicely for them.
Jo, já jsem se bál, že ho nedometou. Že ho nechají 4 a že to akorát nebude stačit.
Das hat nicht gut ausgehen. Das ist absolute Katastrophe. Überfordert. Ich muss den Shot wegnehmen.
Yeah, I think this is the best idea. Let's just try to clear some space. If Klima misses with his final throw, then you will have the clockwise handle. And a pretty makeable path to the forefoot. I think this is the best idea for this shot.
Das wird schon gehen, aber wenn der nicht kommt. Das spielt keine Rolle, wenn der auch nicht kommt. Nein, ich komme jetzt geschossen.
This is the final round for these 2 groups, groups A and B. We will have the final round for group C and D at 3 o'clock this afternoon, European time. So, what's that in? Just over 2 hours. Oh, Mark, oh dear. That rather sums up this end for him. He's done neither one nor the other. He hasn't cleared a space and he hasn't cleared the red in the forefoot. That's the pity. Yeah, he's frustrated with that.
Tohle se mi líbí asi víc. Kvůli tomu, že tam to furt může přes něj zahrát teoreticky, ale je to těžké.
I don't think there's any need to be that fancy for the Czechs. I think if they just drop a guard pretty much in front of where Mark Pfister just played, yes, that's the one.
Už ten se rozhod!
Our featured game at 3 o'clock. The final round robin for groups C and D. The final round robin at BADEN Masters 25. We will be watching Team Buraas of Norway. They will be playing Team Schwaller of Italy. We haven't seen any of the Italian teams yet, so that will be nice. And 2 other games critical. Actually, all 3 are could affect the final rankings. Team Buraas and Team Schwaller, their competition will also close at this round robin stage, but 3 other teams could qualify from that round, so make sure to come back and join us at 3 o'clock. And whatever you do, make sure you join us at 8:30 for quarter-final fun. The Czechs persisting with the more difficult shot. He's made that beautifully.
Nu niet. Ja. Nu niet hier. Laat het erop.
Ja, genau.
Ne, teď jsme zabraňovali tomu ranu.
Een chlie ossen, niet veel, hè?
Nein, nicht viel.
Já jsem
Fast
chtěl
krát.
zmínit
Bisschen
a víc ho nechávat, aby překážel tomu
Bisschen
ranu.
aussen.
Ja.
Teďka prostě má ran double na 2. Tady na 1.
Ik skörle toch niet veel.
Nein,
Vlastně jako ten kámen to nedělá
Yeah,
nic.
but this is a makeable shot. I'm not quite sure why the Czechs bothered doing that. If you just dropped a guard in front of it, then Mark Pfister would have to do something with the yellow all the way over on the right side of the screen. But maybe Czech saying to themselves, if we're sitting 3 reds, if he makes a mistake, that could be a game over.
Vlastně ne. Zase jsme to s Márou trefovali na jiném místě každý. Co? No má, ale to už jsem mohl hrát gard.
Everyone in their 7th end then. On sheet 1, it is 6-4 to Norway over China. On sheet 3, it is 4-3 to Bruce Mouat's team from Scotland over the Netherlands. On sheet 4, it is 5-4 to Joe Retornaz of Italy over Whyte of Scotland. All games very poised. But yeah, that will be enough for the Philippines. So doing the right thing, Philippines. Trying to set up to be aggressive, trying to set up to get points, but yeah, just not quite working out for them in that 7th end. And the Czechs really taking advantage of that. And they'll be delighted to finish their competition with a nice strong performance there.
Jo, víc na sobě. Ne, buď víc na sobě, anebo ho jenom čipnout jakoby jenom do 5.
So that will be a score of 3 to the Czech team for a final score of 6 points to 1. They are victorious over the team from Philippines. I don't think that quite tells the story of the game. It was a close game, really, until that 7th end. But it is finally a win for Team Klima from the Czech Republic. We will see them in the Olympics next year. We will wish Team Philippines good stones at the pre-event in Aberdeen and hopefully the qualifying in Canada. Both these teams, that's their competition finished for this year. But we thank all the teams for supporting and travelling to play with us here. So we still have games going on, very close games on sheets 1, 3 and 4. We have end-to-end cameras for all 3 sheets, so you can watch those. Appreciation for Team Klima in the chat there. They'll be very happy to finish strong. Oh boys, we need you to put the score up, please. But yeah, keep an eye on sheets 1, 3 and 4. That will affect who qualifies this evening. Come back and join us at 3 o'clock, so that's in just over 2 hours. We have 3 out of 4 games can affect what happens this evening, who qualifies. But thank you for your company for our featured game. Team Klima of Czech Republic versus Team Pfister of Philippines. Thank you for your company this morning. Bye for now.